11-year-old Timmy King was the latest victim. He was suffocated by a sex killer 3 months ago. Police say the same man has kidnapped and murdered another boy and 2 girls. He has not been caught. Every morning, the Special Child Killer Task Force meets to go over the evidence. Police put the evidence in a computer, and it tries to find a pattern. Police believe the killer looks like this. His picture is posted everywhere, and finding him has become a community obsession. People have called in or written in some 11,000 tips. Some have accused neighbors or relatives or people in the newspapers. Police have questioned and released more than 4,500 suspects. What they need is a witness. The children of Oakland County have been warned, stay away from strangers. The killer could strike again. Police talked with these school children after Timmy King was murdered. Here's what they remember.
Just then, I came on the stage like wind. Blue slang in your face and it touched your skin. You felt chilly, just like you smoked a bag of illy. You need a coat just to protect your throat. Just then, I came on the stage like wind. Blue slang in your face and it touched your skin. You felt chilly, just like you smoked a bag of illy. You need a coat just to protect your throat. Just then, I came on the stage.
If you're in a big crowd and someone comes up to you and tries to lure you away from it and says he has something for you, don't go.
I guess I'm going to ask you to describe the atmosphere in the community.
They've been picked over there!
It's 8:45 a.m. on 6/14/77. Linda McLean, MCLE.
There's one, a local psychiatrist.
In the second part, what part of the bushel 5/8 is?
No, 3/8.
We had a 5 here and we had a 5 here. How do we figure how to cancel?
He could be a doctor, a nurse, or anybody high in society, and he could just pick you up and you're gone.
The schools have been a kind of refuge. There has been safety in numbers and safety in being watched. Now the schools are letting out, and a new caution is setting in.
They'll be looking for anything that looks suspicious, suspicious cars, suspicious persons, loitering.
It does have a traumatic effect upon them because they understand that you cannot trust adults.
Is this likely to have any permanent effect on them?
I think so. It's bound to aggravate some of the withdrawal tendencies that our children have anyway.
Not answer. Yeah, okay. It's just for visual. You won't even be recording the sound. Detail about what kinds of long-range effects that might have on children, as well as on parents, I suppose. It could make them overprotective in the future, I suppose, or whatever you think. And I might ask you if children can really understand what's going on. I would wonder about that.
Okay, Julie, go ahead.
Okay. How would you describe the atmosphere in Oakland County these days?
There is a great deal of preoccupation with the danger that children might be abducted and killed, and it's a very understandable reaction, although on the other hand, some people have obviously overreacted to it.
In what way?
Well, there is a campaign underfoot in the whole area to have the children avoid any contact with strangers, to have the children avoid going to drugstores and any stores alone. Many people have even changed their entire lifestyles. And there is some reality to it, but on the other hand, there are people who have overdone this. You see, this kind of a realistic situation plays into the fears that people have to begin with.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, you know, we as parents have always some ambivalent feelings about children. We are often angry with children, and sometimes we project our own angry feelings onto others. Some parents who are particularly having difficulties with their children are likely to anticipate more danger than it's justified. Now, I don't mean to minimize that there is a danger. There is, in fact, danger in Oakland County that this child killer might strike again. But what worries me is the preoccupation and the extent of this preoccupation. You know, there are kids, T-shirts distributed, don't trust a stranger. News media constantly hammer in that theme. Don't trust a stranger and don't even trust your own relations. No one knows who the killer is. This is bound to have long-range effect. This is bound to sort of be a collective trauma to the community, and the tragic thing is that to some degree it is unavoidable.
Do you think that parents and police and others have gone overboard in warning children about strangers?
I don't think so. I don't think that they have gone overboard, but what I do think is that some people, because of their individual difficulties, do go overboard. Some individuals, I have had myself many calls where a woman will call up and say, I'm sure it's my boyfriend who's done all that. And I have had calls from nurses who say, I know I had this patient and I know it's him. I had a call from at least 2 psychiatrists who have said, I think it's one of my patients. I mean, you know, there is so much expectation that somebody knows that person. And some of it is unavoidable, but some people quite naturally overreact.
How do you strike a balance between warning them enough and warning them too much?
Oh, that's the crucial word that you just used, namely balance. There is a need for balance, and both in the news media and on an individual level, and there is no formula for it. There is a need to be cautious because there is a killer at large, and it's likely that he will strike again. That one has to consider that. On the other hand, life has to go on, even if there is danger, and one cannot put the children in a situation where the collective trauma will be even worse than the possible result. So there is a difficulty in striking a balance.
Do you think that children can really understand what's going on? Can they understand being told they have to stay in their yards and they have to be in constant sight of their mothers and fathers and that kind of thing?
I think children do understand, and although they might minimize and deny it and make a game out of it, some children have made games out of it, I think they do understand. I think it will have, at least on some children, it will have an impact that one has to avoid people and one has to be mistrustful of people.
And what will result from that?
Well, you know, as it is in our culture, there is very little interaction with strange people. There is an isolation. It will only contribute to being, so to say, lonely in the crowd, or avoidance.
Have been affected by it already? Is it that pervasive?
It is pervasive. It is a preoccupation, a persistent preoccupation of the entire community. Obviously, there are people who can laugh it off or disregard it.
To what extent have the warnings pervaded the community, do you think?
Oh, I think to a great extent. There's no doubt that every adult and every child are fully aware of the danger, so that is a pervasive fear that exists in the community.
Can you give me some examples of how parents in particular might have overreacted?
Well, some parents, for example, have arranged that the kids don't go to school but are driven even if the school is within a very short distance from the home, so that they have adjusted their working schedules. They do not allow the children to go to any stores nearby. The kids are almost always in the company of the adults or supervised by the adults. In some areas, some parents have really gone to that extent.
What do you think will happen once the suspect or the killer is caught?
I would assume what will happen is the whole legal gamesmanship will start, and unfortunately the major issue, in my judgment, the major issue will be neglected, and that is trying to find out what makes a person to behave in this fashion. You have to keep in mind we know very little about such behavior because fortunately it is rather rare. And once a person like this is apprehended, I think one should do all that is possible to gain information and knowledge so we can prevent it and we can deal with it in the future. Most likely that will not be done.
When the killer is caught, how do you think the community will react? Will they continue to be too cautious, or will they go back to their former lifestyle?
I would assume that there will be a relief and slowly the former lifestyle will be resumed. It is unlikely that another person like that will come up again in near future. These are rare occurrences. This is a form of homicide that is rare and unique.
Okay. Thank you.
Incidentally, I should have mentioned that I have just, there I go. He has a show of his own, an hour show, kind of a national homicide or something like that, and he came down here. Oh, I know it was. I was on Phil Danahue, subsequent to it, he came down.
You hit down old Joey?
Yeah.
That's it.
That had to do with the gun control issue.
Mm.
Which I guess you have some kind of an ordinance in Chicago, don't you?
I don't know.
I thought you did.
Yeah.
After this?
Yeah. I'll just have to make a report for you.
Then maybe I can time together.
Make a special report for you. I do already have it. I think I already got that. How does this look?
04, get room, pick up 04.
Sorted by forces, so it'll be all over the place. There's license and
And we're going to tell the we're going to be able to help the local police department. I'm going to go up to my office unless you need me.
We'll be down there.
Do whatever you need to do, and right around the corner. Yeah. Then we all leave it.
Okay, we'll hurry.
It's 4:30, the place closes up. 4:30. Well, I'm going to be here in the morning. You think we're going to get up early? Oh, okay. I'll see if I can play that other round. You got some. I assume that is the picture with the goatee and everything.
Shave all that off.
I can't really.
I got one of each. You got them.
I got it, yes, thank you.
Which one do
We can get
want that one?
No, we got. No, if the guy's not there, we can still get it.
You're one.
More than enough.
One for each of them.
You got two.
Missing 14-year-old was wearing a light blue coat and white slacks. First time missing, maybe with an unknown male approximately 30 years old. This is our... The operations office closes at 4:30. Apparently a couple of people called in a little later last night and posed a little problem. Dennis McKee would appreciate it. We can get out of here at 4:30, otherwise we have to wait around for you people to check in, so we can check in prior to that. Give the operations people a little break, we appreciate it. Hey, I'd like to see you, Dane Hearn, there for a few minutes. Tom, you want to stop in my office after this? You get your phone calls and got a little detail for you. A pleasant one for you.
Gas station bar.
Female companions.
I got lunch at Tiffany's today.
Pardon?
We're having lunch at Tiffany's.
Well, that's all right. If you don't want to handle this, I'll get Charlie Green to handle it.
Start charging now.
And he said he purposely did it air on the first one so that he wouldn't be drawing the same.
Let's see that.
Could well be. It is the same man.
I think they're drawing the same man, but that's good.
25 or 26. Full.
Because it's just a different.